very successful day so far. Got the last of my bits. Found a nice little footstool as well I found in B&Q. So I got the last of my bits this morning with a little help from my friend. And success with the toilet wall. I am so happy. So the problem was this toilet. This is too tight a space for my big knees because I'm tall. So the problem being that you see this lifts up to allow the composting to come in and out. And to allow enough room for that to open was an issue. If you read the manual, it tells you that there is a design feature, so you don't need to do that. It only needs to go back far enough for that to open because it slides out. So you'll have to face this way for the sliding, but that's okay, no big deal. It's all cut. I mean, look, that's not bad, is it? Beautiful fit. Because the workaround, the issue was, I was then having to make it come out to here. And I was trying to work out how to put wood across here. None of it was in shape. It was such a nightmare. And I wanted a bit of a gap here to put things like that and my little half-size ironing board and bits and pieces. So, yes, read the instruction, found out it's okay to be that small. And I've tested it all out and that is actually a perfect size. This fits nice as well. This is the same gap in, which was really hard to do with the van at an angle. I've cut out the holes I needed for the ventilation and for the 12-volt extension. And the diesel heater extension. Not worked out yet how I want to do this, but I'm thinking something up the side here in a housing, and then that can vent out over the bed. So still to figure out quite how yet, but that'll come. Figured out enough stuff with this build. So yeah, very happy. Both toilet walls are in. I've done the anti-heat thing as well, just so it doesn't rub against those. So now I am going to try, have a go now at fitting the toilet door, believe it or not. I never thought I'd be doing this today. So I'm going to have a little bit of wood here, a little bit here. I've still got offcuts of this, so I'll use those. And I've bought from Argos a sliding door, which will need cutting shorter. So I'm really hoping that is all a-okay. Need to fit this to the floor now. That's the last bit of this job. And then put the composting stuff in. And the cubby hole that I'm making, it's come along lovely, except I noticed some of the wood, the old wood that has been lent to me, is mouldy. Read up on that, it can be an issue. I don't want mould in this place at all. So I bought some fresh boarding, which actually has got white on one side of it, which saves me painting. So I'm just going to pull that boarding off, put that on. That's probably a 15-minute job. I should get that in the corner by the end of today, very easily as well. I say very easily. Those are probably the last famous words I'm finding with everything I'm doing in this job. So I guess I've learned a few things from this incident. One thing is never panic. There is always a workaround. I did walk away from this job to give myself time to think about it, and the answer came to me in a meditation session of all things. So yeah, never panic, take some time away from a problem and the answer will come. And yeah, the answer was, in my meditation session, I kept thinking of the manual. I suddenly remembered the manual. Everything was urging me to read the manual. So I thought, oh, what the hell, let's read the manual. And it's like, oh my God, there's a design feature. She wouldn't even know looking at it either. It wasn't obvious. So, okay. And I've got little caps, white caps to go over these screws. But I'm going to put some shelving units in yet and some hooks for coats. Speak to yous later. Fingers crossed.